The first philosopher who wrote about Darwin's theory tried to synchronize it with his own philosophy to some extent was Friedrich Nietzsche. He said that man is not a big bridge, meaning that humans, as they are, after undergoing a massive transition, must continue to evolve further. This is where the concept of being is becoming comes in. Life's purpose is not to halt evolution, but to continue beyond the current stage. Nietzsche also mentioned the concept of the Superman, which you may have heard of, and to reach that stage, there are 3 paths every human must walk: learn from them, strengthen their spirit, and evolve. By spirit, he means the essence of a person, which is not necessarily the soul as understood in a religious context. Nietzsche explains that your spirit passes through 3 stages, and the first stage is the camel, the second is the lion, and the third is the child. The reason for these names will be explained later, but the key idea here is that many people ask, what is the purpose of criticism? What do we achieve by thinking differently from others? What is the benefit of questioning everything, or why criticize everything? The explanation of these 3 stages will provide answers to these questions. The first stage, the camel, refers to a person who becomes attached to safety and routine, and forgets that growth happens outside of comfort. Many people today seek comfort, entertainment, and avoid taking risks, viewing bravery negatively. They want to remain as cogs in a bureaucratic machine. Nietzsche said the worst stage of humanity is when a person only survives for comfort and safety. The transition to the next stage begins when you leave that comfort zone and start to challenge yourself. In the camel stage, the person begins to accept suffering. Many people are escapists who try to avoid facing their problems. They push their issues to the subconscious, thinking they will disappear, but they don't. Eventually, those unresolved issues build up and become unbearable. The lesson in the camel stage is that a person must accept all burdens, even if they come from their own thoughts or actions. Nietzsche famously writes, "There is much that is difficult for the spirit, but the most difficult is worth it because it tests your strength." The camel stage teaches you to embrace suffering, which is necessary for self-realization. This is part of the process of becoming who you truly are. Moving on to the second stage, the lion. This is the stage of bravery and rebellion against pre-existing moral orders. The lion's journey is not about destroying the camel's burden, but about sublimation, gradually evolving. The lion seeks to conquer his own freedom and rejects external moral codes represented by the dragon. The dragon symbolizes the moralities imposed on him by society, values that tell him not to disagree, not to question, and not to stand up for himself. In the lion stage, a person becomes ready to fight against these pre-established values, declaring war on the system that has controlled him. The lesson from the lion stage is the importance of saying no and rejecting orders that do not align with your true self. This is the stage where a person begins to assert their own will. The third and final stage is that of the child. In this stage, the individual is no longer fighting just to destroy the old, but is creating something new. After rejecting pre-existing orders, the child focuses on creating new values, new ways of thinking, and new possibilities. This is the stage where true creation happens, not out of destruction, but out of the desire to build something new. The child is innocent and free, and it is through this innocence and creativity that a new beginning emerges. This stage is about reinventing yourself and your values. The child's ability to create and destroy is not born from malice, but from a pure desire to create something new. Just as a child builds and knocks down a tower of blocks, the creation and destruction process is part of the natural flow of life. The child's mind is free of the constraints of past experiences, which allows it to think beyond the old systems and construct a new order. Ultimately, these 3 stages, camel, lion, and child, are applicable to our lives. The question is, which stage are we in? Are we avoiding suffering, camel, rejecting external values, lion, or creating new ones, child. If you find yourself unable to move forward from any of these stages, it suggests you haven't started your mental development yet. These stages teach us that growth comes through facing discomfort, challenging the norms, and creating new personal values. So, reflect on which stage you are in, and if you are stuck, take it as a sign to begin developing your mind and spirit.